I don't know when we're gonna be done. Or my mom wants to know. So
she needs to know. So let's say 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, June.
Oh, great. Something in my throat.
How did the practicing of your etude go? With the clean music?
It's good with the clean music. I'm trying to work on string crossings a little better. I read some of the violin lesson book.
Yeah. Do you like it?
Yeah.
It's really good, isn't it? Excellent. So let's start with the etude.
Oh, okay. Ooh, I can't reach that, sorry.
Careful with the rhythm. Da, da, da. It's only an 8 note. That's right. Now, Ella, I know it's in piano, but the thing is that the quality of the tone is soft, but the dynamic is soft, but the quality is not really piano. Even when we play in piano, we have to be able to sustain. And right now, I would say play above piano. Play with nice amount of leaning into the string. It's can you take your head away from the chin rest like this and just put all of your weight into the string? You have to feel how. Can you do what I'm showing you right now? Do you feel how much weight you can put into the string that way? Now, it doesn't have to be here. You want actually all of this to be, oops, yeah. So support the feel from there and just feel how the weight of the arm really pushes the stick into the hair, which is so the weight of this is, yeah, what you want to get to do that. Great. Now, can we try slightly higher on the bow with the same feel, same feel about, just, it's have you seen in restaurants the waiters bringing food on those really humongous platters when sometimes they balance them on their body like this? Just a little bit like that. So see if you can put a lot of weight into that platter that you're holding and balancing there. So the middle of the stick, yes. So as you're playing this etude, as you approach this part of the bow, you need to increase the amount of just leaning into the string. That last note sounded so good when you put a little bit of vibrato on that. Do you think it's possible to have a little bit of life? We don't need to redo that. Let's move on. But just try to put like 5 watts of vibrato on each note. It doesn't have to be wide vibrato. Double stops don't. I thought that last time we resolved this.
I don't know.
Hold on a second. Did you have time to practice it?
I mean, I practiced like till I said I couldn't do it. I practiced till here because I was focused on the part I couldn't do here to here. So I was going to do more from here, like to here.
Okay.
And really get to it.
Now, how much a day do you practice the etudes?
Like 10 minutes or so. I mean, I try to focus on like my string crossings or my tone.
Yeah, for just etude though, 10 minutes a day might not be enough to spend. And you don't necessarily have to practice every piece every day, because the pieces are complex enough that actually spending longer chunks of time on each one is what is necessary. But if you don't have to practice them every single day, it means that maybe Monday and Tuesday you will spend half an hour on the etude, and Tuesday and Wednesday you will spend additional half an hour on scherzo tarantella, and Wednesday and Thursday you will get additional half an hour on the bruch, instead of doing 10 minutes of everything per day on this, because it just takes time. Because by the time your mind is ready to kind of tackle the problems in this, the timer has it all time to go and do something else. So you have to be just a bit smarter with how you budget your time for practicing. How much a day do you usually practice?
Usually like an hour and a half.
An hour and a half, okay, that's a good amount. So currently we have bruch, we have this etude, and we have scales and arpeggios, and scherzo tarantella, right? So the pieces, the things that are not like scales or technique maintenance thing, they're three of them. So you need to spend half an hour on each one of them, and then you need to have your half hour for just basics and scales when you do your hour and a half of practice a day. Do you want me to write this down?
Well, maybe, sure. If that's okay.
Of course. It's okay. So if you have those 90 minutes to practice, you divide them into chunks, 3 chunks of 30 minutes. So this is going to be basics and scales. So whatever Shevchik, Shrarik, stuff like that we do, you do that during the first 30 minutes. And then with the other ones, if you're working on etude, Sarasate, no, you're not doing Sarasate, you're doing Vinyasa. And then bruch, you do a combination of those, and you switch them around. So first day you can do etude and Wieniawski, second day etude and bruch, and then the next day Wieniawski and bruch, and then etude and something else. Yeah?
Yeah.
So, but don't do 10 minutes of something, because that's why we're not getting very far on this. Now, we've already talked about the mixed intervals here and how exactly this works. You also need to give yourself goals for when you want something to be finished. Etude in double stops and all that, but if you practice it like 2 or 3 times, maybe 3 times during the week, half an hour each, you should be able to finish this etude in this amount of time in 1 week. So we will need it. We will give it a try with that. Makes sense? So for next time, I would like to see this whole thing finished.
Okay.
Since you've already kind of learned the first half of it, I would recommend you start practicing from the second half. And then during those 30 minutes, you can review the first half as well to make sure that it stays there, but that's what needs to happen. Let me hear your Vinyavsky.
It's not in holes yet. I found a thing before you sent me what you sent me.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have the one you sent me.
Oh, you found the cleaner, something that looks cleaner?
I found the one you sent me and we printed it out. This is it.
That's the cleaner one, okay.
Yeah.
So just these 2 pages is what...
I think my mom only printed out the first 2 for some reason. I have the other pages.
But have you been working on them or not yet?
I've been working somewhat on them.
Okay, let's see how far we get. Yes.
I can master it. Follow.
I need to find my my coffee as well. There it is. All right.
My hand got too tight. Oh no.
Go on.
Chord because I forgot.
Oh,
But I know
but they
it's-
did. No, you keep the second finger down for the G and you stretch the pinky. Yes, that's how it will be. Okay, now we've got the wrong note in here. So this is a B flat. You both times you played B natural on this. So this should be a B flat. Okay. Now, can we give this another try? I would like to hear more of the forte and the brilliance of this. So you have to lean stronger into the string. We need the instrument there. So you need to lean stronger into this in order to get that. Now, where is the place that needs the most work? Getting the notes.
Chords.
Yeah, it's the sections with the chords. Now, what is it about those sections that is not working yet?
The shifts to the ones that are different.
Okay. Now, you told me that you've been reading the violin lesson book. Did you start from the first chapter?
No,
Did you read about pitch, pitch, tone, rhythm, and ease of playing? Did you read about?
I only went to the part that I was looking.
Because the whole premise of this book is that these are the elements of music, and it's very early in the game. So let me find where that would be. Here's the introduction. Knowing where to put the X and all that. Yes, those are all yes. So maybe it's in the background essentials. That's the chapter. Now, do you see this thing here? So that was his original idea when he was starting, to teach and think more about music. So he thought that the expressionist part and style and all of that. The thing is that all of these things can be described by those three things: sound, pitch, and rhythm. Well, sound, tone. That's what we mean. And there's this little thing, the ease of playing. Okay, so if you have to just assess how you did on this in terms of pitch, rhythm, and tone, which one do you think needs the most work? It's the rhythm, because you're getting the pitches, more or less you're getting them, but not at the right time. And that's why the rhythm in this needs improvement. Now, how do you improve the rhythm on something which obviously is a little bit harder for you to read, harder for you to, it's not as easily sight readable as the rest of it, and you need more time to process the notes. You partially memorize it, and you also slow it down, play in slow motion until all of the elements fall into this really regular pulsation of the rhythm for which we need to play this. Can you play it in the fastest possible tempo in which you can, with all the notes and the rhythms being correct in this passage? It might be a super slow tempo, but that would be your starting tempo. If that's the fastest tempo in which you can think at this point, that's where you start with it. So how fast do you think you can go without crashing anywhere there? Oh, that's already a crash. So you need to slow that down. So down. So let's try it in this tempo. So it's quite slow, but look ahead and make sure that we're able to play the passage in slow motion through this. When it gets difficult, you slow down, and when it gets easy, you start moving fast, which is normal. Lots of people, I do that if I'm not holding myself accountable to this. So we have this little element right here that we need to isolate and learn. So can I see you just play the B flat minor chord there? Do you know? Right. So yam baya. So it's a scoop, and then you have to reverse the scoop for the next thing. Yes, that's how this works. And now let's look at the next element. So can you play? So you stay here. You will stay in second position for this. Yes. Go on. Right. And can you land with a little bit more assurance on this G? Right. Yes, so you hit the note correctly right away. Now, let's see if we can do this passage with the speed of the metronome. But is it an up bow or is it a down bow? I believe the harmonic is on a down bow. That's what it says. For a moment, take a mental note that this is the finger pattern. The first and second finger are on a half step, and you have to play the right harmony. One more time. What's the tendency? Did you analyze it?
Mm-hmm.
What's the tendency here? What is causing for this to sound out of tune? Are you playing sharp? Are you playing flat?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so by how much? Is it half a step?
Mm-hmm.
So it's less than half a step. So which way do you need to adjust, and which fingers do you need to adjust? Yeah, so almost a half step higher. So next time we're approaching this just ahead of time, send that signal so you can play it better in tune. Yeah? The triplets. These are triplets. Ella, on what bow do you start them? Right. So this has to be on an up bow. That's what we're going to put there. So right there on that. And, keep the triplets going. Can we do that one more time without crashing anywhere? And as you play, I want you to keep your awareness on pitch, rhythm, and tone production. Okay? we did and what needs improvement with the next playing through? The most obvious, how do you land here? Flat or sharp? By how much?
Just 4/2.
Well, I don't think it's a half step. I think it's less than a half step. It's close to a quarter step, maybe sixth of a step or something. It's small enough, but because of the open string, it really bothers the ear. So can you make sure that next time around you land correctly there? Yeah. Now, what about tone production? Are you 100% happy with your tone production on this? First of all, for what kind of tone are you aiming in this area?
Probably just like.
Is it like poetic, wistful sort of tone, or is it brilliant, very strong tone, or somewhere in the middle? Where? Yes, it has to be very bold. So basically, every note that you play here has to be played with nice, sustained, pretty good feel of weight into the string. Do you remember what the fourth element of the revised elements of music? Elements of playing, I should say, Simon Fisher wrote in the book is? Ease of playing. Now that's very important because as you improve pitch, rhythm, and tone production, you also, with each playing through this, have to feel that it's easier to play it. Okay, so use the arm weight to get plenty of just leaning into the string. So can we do that one more time? We're practicing right now. Don't give up like this. And now, Ella, when after you play a wrong note and you go like this, why do you do that? It's like you're trying to shake the wrong note out of your hands. Is that what? It's not really a very useful thing to do because it wastes time, right? So unless you're really cramping and you absolutely need this, don't do it. Just try to salvage what you've got on the spot. Because we're trying to get really efficient with practicing, and if every time you hit something wrong, you just throw it out the window and start over. We're wasting a lot of time that way. So let's keep on going, okay? It was really good up to that point. Now, however, I have many decades on you with practicing of this kind, so I constantly analyze what I hear. So if I were practicing this and I was at this point in the practicing, I would be addressing my bow distribution for the chord. Do you feel that you're running out of bow for the chord? But you are. Because the chord happens way too low on the bow, and sometimes we don't hear clearly all of the notes there. So you need to save a little bit before that, and really pa-yam, para. Go with really big flamboyant gesture for that. Yeah? Let's see what we can do. Saving needs to be more here.
Sorry. Sorry.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Do you need a drink of water or something?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
It's just that it's dusty at my house.
Oh, don't worry. You're fine. So. that's what I would be searching for in this tempo. So the feel for just this full release and weight of the arm, and the nice scoops for the chords without running out of bow. You want at least half a bow for the chords. Land on both strings right away, and this is a fairly, ferocious passage. Da 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 da. So with lots of gusto and lots of contact with the string. We got off sync with the metronome. Are you thinking as this being triplets, or are you switching the counting somewhere? They're triplets. Yeah. Can you give me da 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 ya da 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 ya da da. You have to feel the rhythm like that and stay with the metronome. Yeah. One more time. Great. Now let's increase the speed on this a little bit. Okay. Can you hear it clearly? We need to improve something. What happened?
I heard like a ring in the G, but it's not even playing.
Oh, because it's really well in tune. I didn't hear any buzzing. I heard lots of overtones. Now, you need to make sure that when you start scooping the chords, the bow is on the pair of strings. So it's not just gradually something happening, but you have to ta-yam. Going to that. And so it happens here. It needs to happen here. We need to hear more of those voices, and especially here and here. So let's try one more time. You need to bring the thumb more so you can reach better and easier there. Otherwise, it remains very flat. Again, let's do that one more time. Cleaner harmonic there. It sounds. Notes. They're triplets.
No, I was trying to follow the measure.
Oh, you were trying to find the beat? So let's start right on it. You're falling behind. It's too slow to. Great! This one deserves a chocolate. That's how good it was. Ah. Yes. So. Can I try? Let me see whether it's the violin or the bow or what is it. So you have to make sure that the finger is on the right, on the sweet spot on the string, where it's going to give you that. And with the bow, you have to play with with great amount of contact. So it rings like this. Find it. There we go. That's it. Yeah. Now, if the look, if you play with good contact, so the bow is pressing down on the string, but your finger is kind of staying up here, so it avoids the finger. So the finger really has to go with the elasticity of the string. Right. Right. So the two entities, the bow and the finger, have to be very much in communication with one another. So just. Don't stop, because if you stop, then you're 1/8 off with the metronome. No, you started fine and then you stopped, and that's where it reset. That's very good. Now, do you remember how to vibrate?
Yeah, vibrating.
So, not on the open strings. You have to vibrate the tops of the chords. Yeah, because they need a little bit more attention. So let's try that one more time. The harmonic was golden, brava there. So, woo. The finger is yes. Happened. You have learned it that you're hearing the beat on the wrong note. Are you hearing da 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 ya da da ya da 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 ya da da da? Do you have it kind of confused in your ear?
Yeah. I don't think I'm holding that one.
Oh no, you're holding it the perfect amount. The problem is that then the metronome starts ticking, and you're playing. Just ends up being on the beat.
What happens is I play, I think, the first 4 notes as like 1/8 note group, and then I do the rest as triplets for some reason. I don't know.
Well, but all of them are triplets, so you have to feel the triplets. Let's play together. And let's start here on this one, the last one, and. That was the right thing to do. Now let's try next tempo. So, same thing. Don't forget to vibrate the tops. Magic one. Now, what's the issue with that? The issue is with pitch. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
So is it
like that?
Yeah. So it was half a step flat.
I'm playing it with my one instead too.
Is that why? Yeah. So okay. So fix the note then, because if you play with the wrong finger and the wrong note, you're missing the note. So. F sharp. chord.
Third
Right.
finger.
Third finger. Well, go more with more extended finger. So. Fantastic. Let's move on. 56. Fantastic. Let's move on with the next. Are you getting tired?
My hand was too tight in my bow.
Oh, so again, lean into this thing, and
Because I
actually, the
was
faster, yeah,
I
the
was
faster,
leaning, I
yeah,
was grabbing.
the faster it gets, the easier it's going to be. Actually, with all of this. Now, I'm every now and then missing the bottom pair of the chords. Now you're giving really nice, brilliant tops, but with a faster tempo, it should be also easier to take care of the bottoms. So let's try it. Do we need to change the fingering for this?
I kept playing it with one.
Well, let's change it then.
No, it goes out of tune whenever I play one. But when I play two, it doesn't.
Okay, so how can we ensure that you're playing two?
I don't know.
I think it's operator moment. The operator has to give the right command for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so shall we do that one more time?
Maybe.
No, you started it fine. It was when you stopped to. Okay. So now you know that where it needs to go. Okay. Now, I think that your brain is getting a little bit bored with doing this, so we need to do something else. The moment your mind, after you've spent 4 minutes on something and your mind is incapable of, focusing anymore on it, you need to do something else. So let's do the beginning.
Yay.
So we reached just about 58 on this. Let's see what your starting tempo is. Okay. So your starting tempo is about 112. Now, ultimately, it will need to get faster, but 56 to 112. Actually, you're precisely twice slower on this. So you need on the A2. Do you remember what I recommended? Where you start?
When you start
You start with the stuff that you don't know.
Yeah.
So same thing here. You need to start practicing from the stuff that needs to be built up, so it can work in the same tempo as the rest of what you're working on. Okay, so now this was just for reference, so we know where we are tempo-wise on all of these things. Do you need to put a mark or something on your? Okay, so let's work on the opening. So forte. So it just has to be with pretty good amount of contact and to lean into the string. Yes. Okay, fantastic. Now, what recordings have you listened to this, please?
I've listened to.
Did you listen to the little Japanese girl playing at the competition?
Yeah, that like 11-year-old. She's good.
Was she 11? I thought she was younger than that. There's
She was 11,
there might be
yeah.
because there's so many fantastic Japanese violinists coming out. The one in the yellow dress. Is that?
I thought so. I thought she was 11.
I think she was much younger. She was 6.
She was 6?
Mm-hmm.
I listened to an 11-year-old.
Okay, it's possible because
It was also a
internet is
competition.
super was it with Zahar Brown watching?
I don't know.
Did you notice just kind of scary gray man sitting there and watching the competition?
Not really.
For some reason, because I'm on Wi-Fi here and I shouldn't be. So let me let's try this one more time. Scared so. It was Sayaka something from what I maybe I'm just completely. Do you have service?
I can try. I was about to do that.
Because my phone is not loading. You've got okay. Can I scroll through this
You
and
can see
find the
what I
girl? Yeah.
watched.
So Augustine Hadri, there she is. Oh, she's 11.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
I thought she because
Sorry about the ad.
yeah, I get them too. But I wanted to see something
You
that
can
she's
turn up
doing.
the volume.
Yeah, we'll have to. Well, I was waiting
Sorry,
for the
I'm
apps to.
case.
Yeah. So that's the hard brown, by the way. You can sit down.
Oh.
Spiccato. Did you notice that?
Sorry. Oh.
So just off the string, yes.
Yeah.
And of course, the tempo in which she's playing that allows her to do this. But even in the slow motion, you have to be doing this.
Oh yeah, she was waiting for rhythm than I do.
Okay. So the tempo is considerably faster, but now did you see also how beautifully she scoops out the chords and so you can do that. Even in the slow tempo, you have enough time. The thing is, she's starting also with a very good support on the low strings, and that gives us something to scoop into the high
she was
ones.
very like. She put a lot of weight. So
Yes. Ooh, that sounds awesome. Right there. Oops, sorry. Yeah, but you see that this stuff here is played off the string, so we better practice it that way. So let's give it a try.
At the top?
Yeah.
Oh no.
So yatara tatara ta, and now did you also see how energetic? Yes, how energetic those up bows are. You need to be doing the same thing. Yeah, let me slightly adjust the fiddle for you here. Yeah,
Wait, let me take that off the side.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh. There's also a little wire at the end, so it pokes me.
Ooh.
But it's okay. If I can get it off.
I can do that for you because I can see it. Yeah. I see the wire that's poking you.
Yes. Very annoying.
Well, do you have pliers at home?
I do. I'm gonna fix it.
Okay. Ella, you can go tatara tatara. So yes. Now for the spiccato to work, where on the bow do we need to be? So how do you get there? Yes. So you will travel during that. Yes. So yes, exactly.
Okay.
Now let me show you something about the bow stroke. So obviously we're still under tempo and all that, but do you see the when you do this at the frog, we call that drop. When it happens at the tip, it's called whip. So in this kind of thing, it's not only in the beginning. Right, if you're doing the Mendelssohn violin concerto, is going to be a very similar bow stroke for that. So you should practice with a little bit. Yes. Now, hold a second, because
like
you're. So the up bow. Think about the lift is happening on the up bow. So. Yes, because it really needs to have that. Do you see those little carrots that are written there? So that's what. Yes. Yes. So, but instead of doing it with the bow, kind of clawing the string like this, which usually is not a good sound. So this is much more brilliant. Yeah, Ella, can you think? I'm not into it either. Just don't bother with it. Just don't worry about this. So think about starting the up bow from the air. That's the whip. Yes. So it's crucial that you're not finishing the down bow in the air, but you're starting the up bow in the air. It's yes. So it's kind of mental thing to this. Yes, right. That's exactly it. You got it. So, and now let's try with the string crossing. So don't worry about that. It's not that out of tune. So it just needs to. So from the air. I'm lifting quite a lot, but yes, but. Yes. So it's not just exactly a pivot, but it has. Yes, and here for this, I really want you to come around. Well, but you used to play on a much smaller violin, and now this is three quarters. What is going to happen when you get to the whole size instrument? And eventually, we don't want you to stay for the rest of your life on three quarters. So you need to, you start doing that. Okay. Hey, and going on this time. Hey, yes. Ella, I know it's the end of the day and all that, but you need to focus. Yes, bow distribution is very important. Okay.
Sorry.
So, now, if you have to critique what you just played in terms of pitch, rhythm, and tone.
Tone.
Because you see that dynamically things didn't, So, how about you fix those things? Yeah, it might be a little bit, that might be a little bit too aggressive now. So let's, good. Great. And stay loose in this tempo. You can afford to do that because you will manage, and it's a very useful body feel to get into. Now, on that recording, did you hear how the Japanese girl got to the high notes? Da 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 ya da da ya da da. Did you hear that slide?
Oh,
And how
yeah.
how melodic and melodious each time it was. Try to imitate something like this because it's this is good musicianship. It's a good playing. Yes. Da ya da. Yes. Right. So you have to. Yes, and the thumb can help you. Right. Now, can we put all of these things together with a better tone on the spiccato and more loose on the spiccato, nicer getting to the high note, and a little bit of whip. Now, hold on a second. Do you know on what bow you're starting you know how in the bar things line up? So the beat is on the down bow, the middle of the bar is on an up bow. Are you aware of that? So one and the down and the up and the. So that's what didn't work. Yes, and now can it be with looser wrist instead of yes, that would be a much better stroke. Are you focusing on the motion or are you focusing on what the hair is doing to the string?
Neither.
Oh,
I'm just doing
why?
If I'm being completely honest.
Okay, I'm glad you're honest. So now let's look. This is a
focus on
waste of
the-
time. It's a
Yeah.
waste of your time. It's a waste of my time to listen to you play like that.
Sorry.
Okay. So can we make sure that you focus on what the hair is doing to this? So just stay loose. At this point, you're coordinated. You understand enough what you're doing. So look at what the hair is doing. If the motion is wrong, I'll say something about it. But basically, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you just have to release for that last one. Now, it is a little bit tight, and I think it's also jumping way too high away from the string. So go with a little bit brush motion. But look at what hair is doing, because on that big string crossing that you have, it looks humongous, and it should be a much smaller string crossing. Great, this already sounds a whole lot better. Now, I have an advantage looking at you compared to where you're looking from, because I can see your bow.
Oh no.
Is it straight? What do you think I'm seeing?
What?
The bow tends to go this way. So you need to absolutely straighten it. For
I
spiccato,
used to always
yes.
do it like too much.
Well, but it's a different instrument and all that. So you have to make sure that the bow stays straight. Otherwise, your spiccato will be uneven if the bow is not straight. Yeah, try again. Yeah, listen up. This is like yes, a little bit of a brush. Yeah, get some of the length from the stroke from here. Don't try to do it all from the upper
I
arm.
used to only do my hands.
Ah.
Now I can only do my arm.
It's a combination. So we've got the. So you have to think crescendo coming down into the G string, right? So it means you get a little bit more aggressive there. Hmm? Can we do anything? You're you're getting very tight. So let's do that one more time, but don't let the shoulder rise. So. Do you have points of reference, places where you have to be responsible, or are you just letting the passage roll away from you? It's down and the up and the down and the up and the down, up, down, up.
I think
So,
of it as
but you're playing backwards, sweetie. You're playing completely
I know,
backwards.
but I'm trying to think.
So you need to think down bow, up bow, down bow, up bow. So. Down, up. So look at the music, do it slowly. No. But start on an up bow. Don't just. Hey, yeah. Down, up, down, up, down, up. So this will help the evenness, because we need to hear the important notes on the beat being even. So in a sense, you might be going down and look what I'm showing you. Down and up and down and up and so those down and up, the main downs and ups, those are the ones that will give you the evenness of the rhythm, the whole thing. So could you play slowly with me? So, and don't worry about the pickups. They're pickups. It's important that the stuff on the beat is right after that. Now, up, down and up, down and up and down and up. That will help with the feel of the rhythm. Now let's try it quicker. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Yeah, so if your tone is good on those main notes, the other two kind of, they feed off that, and they will sound good. That's better, yeah. Now, I think you're getting bored with this section, so we better move to the next one. So we were at 56. So how about we start at 54, just as a little review. Yeah. That's really good. And now, if you can kind of still remember what that little girl was doing, Jess, it's good. It's a good model. So try to emulate as much of what you have heard there. to hear some from Bruch, but this is how you work on this, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. How much time per day do you put into this piece? Hello? Ooh, oh my goodness.
We bought you a coffee. It kind of, we were walking with it, so it kind of,
Yes, just because it
No one drank it. It just spilled.
Oh,
yeah, it just kind of,
wow, you guys, you're the
Yeah, this
best.
is for
Okay,
you.
I owe you money. You have to tell me. No, we will talk about this. Okay, and I'll see Marissa afterwards. Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
So, can we? I want to hear some of your Bruch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just asking you though, how much time do you spend on this piece daily?
I usually do 30 minutes, like warm up basic stuff that you said. Then I do like my etude and my scherzo, and then I do 30 minutes on Baroque, like the first and second.
Yeah.
movement.
Oh, you're still practicing the first movement?
I do it sometimes, like I review it.
No, just leave it alone, okay?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, unless you have a performance that's coming up that I don't know about or something. Just leave that movement alone because we want to establish different habits, different things. We can, yeah. So you can take it out of your folder for the time being, okay?
Here
Now,
it is.
would you like to start from the beginning? Yeah,
That's right.
we haven't finished this. I haven't heard all of the last page.
Oh yeah, I don't really know this part too.
Now, how do you plan on learning that part?
I've been learning some of it, but I haven't really done it.
Do you know what note this is?
G.
Correct. And what is the note value?
It's a 8.
Okay. Do you know what this note is?
It's a G again.
What is the note value?
It's well, it's a dotted 16th.
Okay. Do you know how many counts per bar we're allowing here at this point? We're counting in 3 at this point because the piece is in 3/8, right?
Oh, that? Oh.
3/8. So all of it we count in 3. Now,
I can't do this today. Oh, I can. I just can't.
now, if you're counting this in 3, so this is your first beat, this is your second beat, and this is your third beat, right? Those are the counts. How many notes do we have in the second beat?
Oh gosh. No.
9.
Oh, wait, what?
Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, 8.
So, if we've got 8 notes in one beat, what do we call them?
I don't know.
30 seconds.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. Now let's look at the bit here. We worked on the rhythm in this one. What is the note value of the first note?
1. Wait, no.
It's written as what?
Dotted 30 seconds.
Right. But because we are counting in 3, basically we play everything as it is written. Yeah. So it's basically a dotted 16th with the 32nd after it, because the way G's are written out, there's 64ths.
Yeah.
Okay, so just imagine that the stop line is not there. So the way you will need to count yam ba-ra-ra-ra-ra-ram, that will give you the right number of notes inside this. And now, how many do we have here in the second beat? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they're what?
30.
Yes, so they're like 30 seconds, and these are another 8 notes. So that's how you will do the math. You have to understand the rhythmic. Yes. And then ya da 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 da. So you have to be able to understand the rhythm. Now, what about these?
They're in groups of 4.
Right.
They're
basically 16ths. They're written as 30 seconds, but we will be playing them as straight 16th notes, right?
yeah.
Yeah. That's how the rhythm on this will work. And now, if you can read what the note names are, it means you can find where on the fingerboard to play them. So you have to do the reading. Because if you're waiting for me to do the reading for you, it probably will take us a year before we are able to finish this. Very inefficient. So you have to do that on your own. At this point, if you know how to read music, you do that. Kwan, maybe because he's also a very good pianist, he's not afraid of reading new stuff.
And I just have to look at it for a long time.
Well, everybody has to. I have to look at things for a long time when I start learning them. The very first reading through that usually takes me the most amount of time because I have to figure bowings, fingerings, and all that. But it's a fact of life. We have to do it all the time. If we are not good at that, then we end up not learning anything new. So if you want to become good at playing the violin, you have to improve your sight reading. And how do you improve something? By doing it. Yeah.
So I can look up on the internet sight reading pages and I can just
you can sight read an etude a day if you want. You have etude books at home. You have chamber music. You've got probably lots of music from your mom at home. So just pick a book and to make it the point that you will spend at least 5 minutes a day out of that basics time sight reading new stuff. And you also got the rhythm training book, didn't you?
Yes, I've had it. My mom accidentally bought another one, even though we already had it.
Okay, so you've got. Are you using either of them?
No.
That's it. Yeah. So one day you can do sight reading, the other day you can do the rhythm book. But you need to do the rhythm because from what I'm seeing, rhythm is what gives you more trouble than pitch.
I used to be good at it, but now I'm not.
Well, you have to. It's a skill that you have to keep refreshing. So let me hear where we are with this.
Oh, he's there.
You're not counting. You're playing by ear. Playing by ear is a good thing, but you have to also count while you're playing by ear. Can you try just one more time? And don't force the sound. Just play pretty. Like in speed. 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and. hold it long enough, and then you jump the gun. So keep counting, okay? Because there's stuff going on in the orchestra with that. Good. Keep on going. So I will give you 1, 2. No, that's okay. Just I'm giving you the next bar. 1, 2. Let's read the new stuff. The one that we covered last time, or yeah, going on. Very good. I wish I have told your mom 6:30 instead, because we actually can do a lot of work on this right now. But I don't want for her to wait for you, so you will have to do some of the work on your own.
Okay.
Vibrato. Well, it needs to connect, it needs to color, because this is a romantic piece. This is not Bach or something that we can get away with playing with straight
My
sound.
mom was listening to me once. She was like, I know I'm not a violin player, but your vibrato needs to match the piece.
Exactly. And now, if you're like me, vibrato is a very heavy energy expenditure. It takes the living lights out of me if I have to play a piece like this and just vibrating a lot in this. So you have to practice it, because if you don't have the stamina to do it, if you're not used to transferring the vibrato from finger to finger, unless you do it, it's not going to happen. But this is what this piece needs a lot. So we can also talk next time. We will, after I hear your etude, we will start with this, and don't get scared, Sterndel. But we need to talk also much more about tone production. We will do some of the tone book exercises with you on this. But the very first thing I need to hear much more from this is much more coloring from the left hand.
Okay.
Are you doing your vibrato exercises now that I showed you?
Yes.
Okay, keep doing them, and just make yourself vibrate every note you play. There are very few notes in this that you can get away without vibrating. They're the fastest of the notes, but pretty much everything else needs.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Oh, my legs. I've been sitting all day, and now I'm standing.
And now you're standing all day, and you can always pull the bench and sit down for 30 seconds if you feel like you're.
I'm fine. It's weird sitting all day and standing for like a while. But I'm fine. I have legs. They're here for a reason, I guess.
And you play volleyball?
I do.
Okay,
How
so
do you
you're
Oh.
so you're an athlete too. That's
yeah,
exciting.
I'm gonna do track.
That's nice.
Except our coach last year, I wasn't in track, but I was with their practices. Because 6th graders weren't allowed to go to the track meets for some reason. But the coach let us choose whatever activity we wanted, and I guess they're not supposed to do that. And the coach is supposed to pick one for you.
Oh.
So I'm gonna get a random one that I don't even know if I can do, but it's alright. I think.
Do you like running?
I like running.
Are you fast? I bet you're fast.
I'm fast. Pretty
Yeah.
much. I mean, I play basketball also, and so
Oh, that's stretching up.
yeah.
Is going to
I'm-
help
I'm very
reaching the full-size instrument, right?
I'm very short compared to other people, so I have to like.
Well, we'll grow.
I'm a fast person, but I'm very short, so it's okay. Except this one girl on another team, she was like the best player on the team, and my coach said to me, he was like, "Okay, you're gonna guard that girl." I asked him why, because I'm not a very good basketball player. He said, "Because you're fast. Now get out there and guard her." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Anyways, thank you. I have to
You're
put my
welcome.
stuff away. Oh,